Of course, I agree with people hating Nigerians for their bad side. Okay, people do hate Nigerians because of certain things. For example, when it comes to armed robbing, when it comes to fraud, when it comes to prostitution, people do call Nigerians out because they think Nigerians are known to that. All right, and they don't do that because it don't happen in their country, but they think it's rampant in Nigeria. That is why they call Nigerians out when it comes to certain things like that. And this doesn't get me by surprise because to whom much is given, much is expected. We all know Nigeria is overpopulated, and yeah, these are some of the disadvantages as long as overpopulation is concerned. And so, like I said, I agree with you guys on that. But on the other hand, people don't hate Nigerians because of their bad side. Okay, people don't hate Nigerians because of the side that I've just mentioned, but rather they do hate them because there are certain things that they think Nigerians know how to do it best. Of course, but at the end of the day, they cover it with their bad things. All right, let's dive a little bit into it. I'm going to talk about two things, especially when it comes to business. Of course, we do see people complaining that Nigerians are taking over our businesses, Nigerians are doing this, they are doing that. Yeah, talking in the lives of South Africa and sometimes Ghana. Okay, but South Africa, we all know. And sometimes it do escalate. Of course, I don't need to explain things because we all know, like I said. Sometimes also Ghanaians do complain. And today I'm going to give you some of the reasons that I think are enhancing these things. First, when it comes to the business side, I've spotted one thing that I think is enhancing Nigerians in the business aspect. When it comes to the energy that Nigerians put when it comes to business is different, especially in terms of advertising. It's different. For example, when you visit some places in Ghana that business is going on, like Accra, like Circle, I'm going to use these two places as a case study because, yeah, this is where I find myself most often and I know what goes on over there. When you visit some of these places, as soon as you step your foot over there, you could see people coming to you, asking you, bro. They will come to you and they'll be like, bro, do you want something? Do you want to buy? Do you want to sell? What do you need? Whatever you need, I am here to, help you. And mind you, I quickly get to know where these people are coming from based on their accents. Majority of these people are, Nigerians. And at the end of the day, when you follow them, they will lead you to Nigerian shops, advertising wise. They are very particular when it comes to advertising, putting in the effort to get results. And they don't spend much because these people that serve as a link between you and these shops earns on commissions. And the advantage is, for example, when I step my foot in Circle and they are able to, have me as a customer, I mean, these people who do recommend people, when they are able to have me, the next day when I'm coming or when I'm going to Circle, especially to undertake that same service or patronize that same product, I am not going to need the assistance of these guys anymore. I just walk straight to the shop. And it becomes an advantage for those people working at that shop and not to the person who is, doing the advert for these people. I don't know if you guys are getting me or not. And so, yes, that is the advantage that they have, taken, and then it is helping them. And so it got to a time that, Ghanaians in Circle were complaining they were locking Nigerian shops in there because they were thinking Nigerians are taking dominion. Nigerians are, taking over the market. And so when it comes to the business aspect, marketing, they are very, very particular. That is why a Nigerian can travel from Nigeria to Ghana just to, have a conducive environment to do his or her frauding. They can travel to, any other part of the world just to have, a conducive atmosphere to do their frauding. They put in the effort. And with this particular side, we can adjust ourselves to meet them. We can also hire people to, be doing this kind of works. It's not, it's not by force to hire Ghanaians because, sometimes some Ghanaians will feel shy doing this kind of works. But if we're a Ghanaian, you can hire Nigerians to do it for you. right? Yeah, some Ghanaians have had people doing it. And like I said, it doesn't take much. The second thing that I'm going to talk about that I think we cannot do anything about it is currency difference. Currency difference. Most of the time, we do use this aspect to mock Nigerians. That, when you change one Ghana city to Nigeria, it's a whole lot of money. And of course, it's a disadvantage to Nigerians in some aspect, but in other aspect also, it's an advantage for them, especially in this thing that I'm going to talk about. You know, the average African travel with the intention, majority of Africans travel with the intention of doing something back at home. For example, Ghanaians travel to the US, to the UK, just to get money and at the end of the day establish a business or build their dream houses in Ghana. Right? The same happens in Nigeria. And this is where the currency aspect steps in, as long as Nigerians are concerned. Okay, so let's dive a little bit into it. I am not an economist, neither am I, solely a businessman. Whatever I'm going to say is based on the layman's view. And so when these people travel to Ghana, when it comes to doing jobs that comes with monthly salaries or doing business like buying and selling, competing with these people becomes very difficult. That is why when you come to Ghana, people do complain that when Nigerians are selling something or when it comes to providing services, they don't charge more as compared with Ghana. They do say, Charlie, Nigerian business, Charlie, they will just put small profit on top and fast, they will just, like finish everything and, they will bring in another. It is not just, you know, they do this, but at the end of the day, they don't get affected, they don't get hit. Their business don't, sink because of the currency difference. And so, for example, a Ghanaian can buy an iPhone, let's say 1,000 Ghana cedis, and decide to sell it at 1,500. And a Nigerian can buy a phone, the same phone like 1,000 Ghana cedis, and they also decided to sell it at 1,300. But at the end of the day, the Nigerian is going to be okay at the end of the day than the Ghanaian. Because after the plus and minus, even if it is left with the Nigerian, the Nigerian get a profit of 100 cities, it is going to be meaningful. It is going to do something meaningful back in Nigeria because of the currency difference. I don't know if you guys are getting me or not. Yeah, it is what it is. That is why they don't care. And so if you are doing the same business with a Nigerian, for example, buying and selling, you can't compete with the person. Even if you put higher profit on top of your good or services, you are like, you can make it, but then you end up losing. People are not going to patronize you because you don't expect someone to buy the same product at different prices. If you go to the market and someone is selling iPhone X 1,000 Ghana cedis and another person is selling iPhone X 800 Ghana cedis, which at the end of the day, they have the same qualities when it comes to the gig or their states. I don't think you are going to choose the one with 1,000 Ghana cedis. Definitely. And so it helps them in the business aspect, which we can't compete with them. If you are doing the same business with a Nigerian and a Nigerian intentionally reduce the price of his or her goods or services, and at the end of the day, people are patronizing it at the expense of yours, you don't expect that Ghanaian to be happy with the Nigerian. So in a way, it's normal. Like I said, in some aspects we can compete with them, but in others there is nothing we can do about it. And so yeah, this is my humble Sadia. Please don't get offended, especially if you are South African watching me, if you are Ghanaian watching me, don't get offended. But this is my personal, survey. This is my personal experience. And at the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, I just have to put it out there for people to know that sometimes when you see people talking bad or ill about Nigerians, it is not that, it is not all the time that because of Nigerians have done something bad, but it is because of these factors. Yeah. And so this is Anything Africa. We talk about anything that got or has something to do with Africa.